Live.
Peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome back to Mile High News, family. This is episode 15, our live video. Sorry I didn't do the promotion and stuff for it late, huh?
You should wait for some people to get in here. I mean,
why should I do that?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because people gonna hit it on the rewind.
Yeah, anyways. So, yeah.
Blooper.
This is episode 15, fam. Like I said last week, we want to get all our peoples on here and holler at y'all and see what y'all want to talk about. We got a couple of topics too. So we got. I don't see too many people in the box now.
Don't worry about that. Just take the show and turn the volume down.
Look at you.
First live show, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
Blooper.
It is what it is.
So yeah, fam, we just want to holler at our peoples. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. We're gonna have the sisters back, and I just want to get in on the land that we're doing. We want to thank all of our donators who have helped us out. You guys are really helping us out on a dream. I'm not Martin Luther King, but I had a dream too. So I'm saying, I'm starting to see it come to fruition, and I really appreciate y'all, family. I really do. We're at $400. Our first expense is going to be water, so that's what we're looking for. That's what all your dollars are going to. If you have donated or if you want to, we got to get some water going up in there before anything else. We're pretty close to it, and yeah, thank y'all again, man. So next up, we got our brother Sharif. He's gonna let y'all know what's going on. We live, family. Mile High News, episode 15.
Yeah, and this is cool, man, because we usually tape this and then it comes on Wednesday, but now everything is fresh in the news. This is Black History Month, February. The shortest month of the year is Black History Month. It started off as Negro History Week. The brother Carter G. Woodson started that back in the early 1900s. But during Black History Month, man, we should, we usually hear the I Have a Dream speech. We hear a little bit about Malcolm X. And by the way, I heard it's a really good documentary on Netflix about who murdered Malcolm X. Check that out if you can, man. But, we look back in our history, man, and we look at a time when we didn't have expression as a people and other people gave us the image that they had crafted for us. And I brought in tonight this Aunt Jemima syrup jar. And as you can see, this is the old school Aunt Jemima. Mm-hmm. The Aunt Jemima that you see in the store now look like Gladys Knight.
Yeah. No, look like Oprah.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like
Oprah and Gail right there.
Yeah, they look like Oprah and Gail.
Oprah.
But see, these images, man, that actually a white lady gave me this years ago, and she said she felt kind of embarrassed about having it because her family used to collect these images. The images that you see right here are the images that were portrayed from black people. Like the Super Bowl just ended, and it was one team called the 49ers. It was another team called the Redskins. Both of these teams are derogatory towards indigenous people. Redskins, the Chiefs. Oh, I'm thinking of the other Indian team. Redskins ain't won a Super Bowl since 19.
Doug Williams.
Yeah, Dougie Fresh, man. But anyway, man, like these teams, the Chiefs and the 49ers, man, represent genocide against indigenous people. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? But the image of these people is allowed to be on the logos of these organizations. Now, the Chiefs is obvious, man, but the 49ers was a group that went out to California and murdered Indians to get up into them hills and get their gold. They murdered a lot of indigenous people, man, the 49ers did. So, but, you know, 50, 60 years ago, we was the butt of white people's jokes and their advertisement, like this Aunt Jemima right here. It was another institution called Coons Chicken Inn that started in Salt Lake City in 19...
You want me to show that up close? Since they probably can't see that back here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, show it up close. Somebody asking to see it? Look at it?
No, I'm just saying, you barely see it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I don't know if they can see it up close.
So peace to all my people that just tuned in.
Yeah.
Peace. We got some people that just tuned in.
Oh yeah.
Right on. So yeah, family, if you just tuning in, I'm talking about black stereotypes and images from, you know, 100 years ago, 60, 70 years ago. And this is one of them, this Aunt Jemima syrup jar. And there was institutions like the Coon Chicken Inn that was started in 1925. And the image of in the front of the restaurant, they had a black man with like a gold tooth in his mouth with a stupid grin on his face. And people would actually go in there. It was like a Denny's or a Village Inn, one of those type of restaurants. When I was coming up, it was a restaurant called Sambo's. And, you know, people, black folks was protesting against that name, and they went out of business. But in years gone by, man, they have always used images, like grotesque images of black people to sell products. One product being nigger hair tobacco. And they changed the name later to bigger hair tobacco. But on the front of you can Google this stuff, look it up. But on the front of the can was an African woman with an afro, but she had like bones coming out of her nose and ears and stuff like that. And that was called nigger hair tobacco. So, you know, throughout history, man, they've always used grotesque images of black people to sell products. And today, they're using Gayle and Oprah and a lot of our comedian and entertainer people in the same fashion. That's why when you see these trends going around, everybody be on the same trend. Like during this particular time, you know, there was a trend to have overweight black women in slave movies, you know, being maids and all of that stuff, crying over, you know, for white people in these movies back in the day. You know, if they showed a black man in the movies back in the 30s and 40s, he was a chauffeur, he was a butler. You know, he had a lowly position.
It was the help.
He was the help.
It was a sit down boo.
Right. But, you know, these images, man, we thought we had eradicated these images in the 60s and the 70s. And now in the years 2000s, these images are coming back. These images are coming back, and they use them in sports. They use them in the music. They use them in the movies. They use them in all sorts of the media, man. You got a bunch of Aunt Jemimas, Uncle Moses's, Uncle Tom's,
Uncle Ben's.
Uncle Ben's. You know what I'm saying?
Willie Foo Foo.
What's his name? Uncle Eric Dyson's.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Lamont Hills. You know, and these people
Too many
represent.
of the name.
Yeah, man, and these people represent a gross image, man, of what the black community represents. You know, we gotta always remember, man, if these entertainers, I big up to Snoop Dogg, man, because he called out Gayle and Oprah, and I support him 100%. But now you see Gayle and Oprah then try to flip the script, make it about them, make themselves victims.
That he threatened them.
That he, yeah. And like Brother Tariq Nasheed said, man, if it was any credible threats out there, somebody would be investigated and arrested.
Then arrested.
You know, but that's what these people do. They just lie. And now Kobe's death is about Oprah and Gayle now. And believe me, family, all publicity is good publicity in Hollywood. When your name is trending, whether it's good or bad, it's publicity. People is keying in on you, and I believe that Oprah and Gayle did this knowing that they was gonna get this type of backlash so they could steal Black History Month with their foolishness. But during this month, man, don't just focus on the history that they want to give you, man. Go deep into the crates,
Right.
so to speak. We got to get our history and study our history from our perspective. You know, a lot of, I think at my nephew and niece's school, they ain't even got no Black History Month programs going on, and ain't teaching the kids nothing about Black history, even though Black kids is going to these schools. So, you know, if there ain't no Black history programs at your kids' school, when they come out of school on the weekends, man, you know, play Hidden Colors. You know, let them watch the Mile High News. You know what I'm saying? Give them something Black that's going on in this month and try to emphasize to them the importance of knowing your history and digging deep to find the true history of our people. Thank you.
That's right, that's right. You gotta know our true history. That's what it said, is that you don't know where you come from, then you don't know where the hell you going.
That's right.
That's right. So next up we got Brother Jesse. Brother Jesse, we live, fam. Peace to everybody.
Come on,
You know, y'all holler at us. You know what I'm saying? We done did 14 episodes and nobody got any questions. Nobody wanna, you know, we feeling a little lonely up here. You know, we just talking and nobody saying nothing. Holler. We live. Say, all right, Brother Jesse.
Yeah, so I want to talk about Tangibles 2020, y'all. So we got the Democrats running scared. Democrats don't know what they gonna do. Yang can't hang, just dropped out. So we ain't got no so-called people of color running for the presidential race anymore. So now we got Steyer and Bloomberg, the billionaire Jews that claim that they are the black help, that they come to our rescue and they have billion-dollar plans for us. Family, as we said numerous times on the show, we are demanding $100 trillion. That's for past, present, and future. So if they ain't talking about that, they ain't talking about nothing.
We gonna get
70
it.
billion
One way or
ain't
another.
a drop in the
And
bucket
that's just
compared
the
to
start.
what we owe.
That's
Just the start is the $100 trillion. So we got to maintain our focus on these tangibles, family. It's 2020. This big election is coming up. They're trying to scare us with Trump. They're saying anybody but Trump. Nah, we're not just going to keep voting Democrat just because you tell us to vote Democrat. We're not just going to keep voting because so many of our ancestors died for us to have the right to vote. That John Lewis madness. Nah, we ain't going with that no more. It's a new day on the plantation, and we saying the hell with that. We would demand our tangibles. They're going to have to do something specifically for us. Not for immigrants, not for LGBTQ, not for so-called people of color, minorities, specifically for foundational black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery. We built this country. We are the foundation of this country. There would be no country if it was not for us, period. So we got to stay focused, family. They are running scared. I don't know what Elizabeth Pretendian Warren's going to do. I don't know what Joe the Bigot Biden's going to do, Mr. 94 crime bill. Mr. Stop and Frisk Bloomberg, he claims that he has the Greenwood Initiative, and he's going to rebuild Black Wall Street, and he plans that he's going to create 100,000 black business owners and a million black homeowners. We need our tangibles, family. We need land. We need
We got
tangibles.
David Green that says, how open are you guys to new understandings?
New
How open,
understandings.
what kind of understandings is David Green?
Hey,
What new
y'all at
understanding?
us.
But wait a minute, what new understanding would you like us to explore or be open
Right.
to, David? Can you put
Brother David Green, I'm gonna let you know another thing too. And, you know, a lot of people, once we mention reparations and tangibles like that, a lot of people want to bring spirituality and stuff in it. I mean, spirituality for our people is always needed, but it's time to take this to another level, Brother David. How long we been spiritual for, bro? You know, if that's what you're talking about, holler back at us and let us know. You know, I might be wrong, I might be understanding you wrong, but, you know, this is not, we understand what's going on. So we are reactionaries to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? How else do you want to react to what's going on to us and our people? You know what I'm saying? Let us know, David Green.
we gotta be real clear about
Sister
what-
Melly said, "Can this mic be louder?" Who you talking about, sis? Whose mic ain't loud? We working on one mic here. Sister Melly said, "Black Power Mile High Team."
Yes.
Black Power.
That's our sister right there, boy. She'll be coming on not next week, the week after next, Sister Melly, and I'm gonna be putting her video. We got your video, so we're gonna put it on sometime this weekend, sis. So yeah, y'all holler at us. Shoot, we're here. And next up, we always got Brother Sekou and Sekou's Corner.
Two
Go ahead.
things I want to touch on. So, locally in Denver, last night they removed the ban on pit bulls that's been in effect for the past 20 years. These crackers care more about damn dogs than they do people. We have a human ban right now known as the urban camping ban that's been in effect since 2012. Which makes it illegal for you to survive on the streets. You can be arrested, ticketed, or harassed for covering yourself with a tent, a tarp, a sleeping bag. Anything besides your own clothing is deemed illegal in the city and county of Denver. But now pit bulls are now legal. And they packed the chambers, family. Me and Sekou was at the council meeting yesterday. They seriously packed the chambers. They had 28 people speak, and 16 other people weren't allowed to speak.
You know
These
why they
crackers are
banned them in
something
the
else.
first place?
Because of us.
You know why they banned pit bulls in the first place, right?
Go ahead and tell us, bro.
Tell us.
Jesse put the nail on the head. It was a lot of black people that had pit bulls, and the pit bulls every
That was
time.
my guess.
Yeah, but every time one would bite a little kid or do something like that, they had a whole rash of them that happened. But it was the main focus was they was targeting black men with the pit bulls.
Because they know most of us
Right.
have. Just like
'Cause they-
Rottweilers back
Yeah,
in the day.
they was letting white people classify their pit bulls as boxers and shit like that. Letting them keep them in Denver. They said, man, I know.
Like you don't know the difference
I know a
of it.
bunch of black people that went to jail behind pit bulls.
Oh yeah. So we got
Case.
brother Woo Woo Godman. He said one of the best books to start off with is The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that of course. I recommend too. Black Labor, White Wealth,
Yes.
Powernomics.
Yes.
You gotta check those books out, man. We are lucky to still have Dr. Claude Anderson here with us. You know what I'm saying? Before he dies, and this is one of my missions in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to continue what he started. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's what we need to do. That's a very good choice of book of books, whatever it's called.
And last, and certainly not least, this new city council decorum, which we dubbing basically the Sekou and Jesse decorum. So now city council, you got certain rules you got to abide by, or they could ban you for up to 30 days. It's a straight up fascism, family. We need to pay attention. They're bringing fascism straight to
still
America.
cuss?
No, they'll cut you off. They'll say you have to watch your language.
That ain't freedom of speech.
No, it's not. And now they want you to basically come in there, give them praise, and walk out quietly. So we went to the council meeting today. There's a subcommittee meeting that Councilwoman Candy Sidibaka called for general public comment, because originally they was just going to pass this through. Christopher Herndon, who's biggity black for Black History Month, the rest of the year he is anything but black. He is the one that came up with this decorum to basically silence me and Sekou from speaking the truth to the masses, because we go in there, we record everything, we live streaming these meetings, and now they talking about allowing for them to record the general public comment meetings. See, prior to this, the regular weekly city council meetings, the ones on Monday, and the subcommittee meetings, some of them are televised, not all of them. Some of them are not televised, but when we're in the building, family, they're televised. And if you watch my channel, my Facebook page, you see that full well. But yeah, this new decorum is basically like, look, we don't wanna hear what you got to say. We basically just want you to give us praise and walk out. So we went off about this decorum and how it's basically taking away our First Amendment rights, family. I got the Constitution right here. I got two Constitutions right here. These mugs can't get away with this. So we let them have it today. And we're going to continue to let them have it because this is going to go to general public comment, the full council next week and in the coming weeks. So if you're in the Denver area, I suggest you get down to city council because they're steady taking our rights away, family, and we cannot stand for that. No longer. We got a dictator in office. He going to get another term. Like I said, that whole impeachment was a farce to begin with. We've been telling you from the get that he was not going to get impeached. You see, he got acquitted.
So it's time to move on from that.
Yeah, so we got to move on.
He's going to be in there, and he's going to get elected again.
He's
So
gonna
we
get
really need to
re-elected.
start thinking about what y'all want to do now. Everybody want to talk about Donald Trump, all this and all that. He's going to get elected. He's not being removed. Okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Fascism, totalitarianism, what happened in Russia during Stalin, what happened in Italy under Mussolini, what happened in China under Mao.
You see, he just let his homeboy Roger Stone out of jail. And, since he
And
won
then
the
he
impeachment,
gave Rush Limbaugh some kind of medal of honor or something, or
Yeah.
whatever he did.
Yeah, he gave that
Yeah.
that full-fledged white supremacist that was calling our sisters
Not only
at
that,
school nappy-headed hoes.
yeah.
and
Not only
just
that,
fine.
he said that I can breathe
And he
after
he was
Brother
mocking
Eric Garner got
Garner's
killed.
death. I can't breathe.
He got a
Well,
whole bunch
now
of
he's
listeners.
dying.
Yeah, he got
But the
too
irony,
much
y'all,
more
he's
than that.
dying from lung cancer now.
So he can't breathe
got
now.
4th-degree
Fuck.
lung cancer. Rush Limbaugh.
Oh.
see, what you gotta understand, though, man, to white supremacy, to these white supremacists out here and these nationalists, Rush Limbaugh is like he's like that brought their voice out into the public, bro. You know that the whole conservative revolution from the 90s happened because of Rush Limbaugh. All of these he gave groups like Focus on the Family and all these big conservative
scoot it
groups
up.
gave him.
Because the air is on now. I'm going to have to scoot it up. Because I'm watching it on live, and it's way more scoot back than I thought it was.
Okay.
They could probably hear you from this one.
Y'all let us know if y'all can't hear us, fam.
But anyway, man, the game is twisted. We got to stay on point. Reparations, tangibles,
Focus on
2020.
them tangibles, family. Now we on the Sekou's Corner.
Say Coop's Corner.
All right, here we go. Live and the living colors of whatever come out of my mouth, I can't take it back.
Delson Thornton, why the big eyes? I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Go ahead, shut up. So now, my grandfather once told me, he said, boy, if you give bullshit attention, it's going to occupy your time. Don't give it no attention, it'll drive in the sun and the wind will blow it away. Now, there's all kinds of stuff to distract us and get us away from our primary attraction, which is always been to do for yourself and make a life for yourself and organize it so that not only just you get some out of it, but we get some out of it, which means that you are included.
Got Brother James Chapman, I salute all you brothers.
Yes.
I salute all you brothers, power to the people. I will visit soon. Right on,
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Chapman.
Right, sir. Yeah, now that brother there is an icon in the neighborhood.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Coming strong out of a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Overcame a lot of adversity in life and stands strong. And he works with educating these youngsters all day long up there at the Holly.
Yeah, and putting his life on the line to do it half the time.
Yeah, and got a pistol underneath the blanket that he riding in, just in case. You know what I'm saying? You don't make it home tonight.
Tell that man's business.
There's a reason
Tell that
why.
man's business like that, say
That's the
too.
reason why. And yeah, so that's our brothers. So we've had a lot of distractions, and they keep popping up like them. What them things you put in the toaster and you come out with jelly and bread on? What they call post toaster?
Toaster strudels.
Yeah. So
It's a Pop-Tart. parts.
We got pop-ups like Jack in the Box. You know what I mean? You line it up and bang, here we go. And it's clown time. Because all those things are to take us off our focus. And what we have to do is be real clear about what we really need to be doing. Now, when it comes to dogs, a dog is going to be a dog. And if he's your best friend or she's your best friend, that says more about you than the dog. It's like, come on, man. The dog is your best friend. Why are you fool? What you gonna do when the dog die? You gonna die with him?
That's that cracker shit.
You know what I'm saying?
From the
And you
caves.
got your face all up on him and you're kissing up on him, and then when that dog bites you, all of a sudden you upset. See? Because the dog don't want to be kissed.
That's where they getting that coronavirus.
You know what I'm saying? And the dog is up here licking his balls. You know what I'm saying? And you kissing all on him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no.
But the dog's mouth is cleaner than the
No,
humans.
I don't care nothing about kissing about nobody
I don't
who's
see
licking
some
their
dogs.
balls,
Yeah.
all right? I ain't doing that. That is not my best friend.
But here in Colorado, they have a fascination with dogs.
Oh
I
yeah.
was looking at the news the other
We
night.
dog
They
park
had at
city.
least 3 dog stories. They had one story where the goddamn it, the police dog died or some bullshit, and they was like officer. They was calling the dog a police officer, and they had the funeral for the goddamn police dog like you would a human being. Now that's some man. I bet you. Listen, bro. I went to jail one time for cruelty to a police dog.
Get out of here.
I got arrested.
What did you do?
Man, I walked past the police car and waved. It was a dog in the back seat, and I waved at the dog, and the dog started barking and shit.
Uh-huh.
So I'm walking to my car because I'm just leaving the club. I was about like 20, I was even about 18, 19 years old. And I'm coming out the place, man, and the police grabbed me, throw me on the ground, put me in handcuffs, man, arrested me for cruelty to a police dog. Because the dog barked. Fuck a police dog. Fuck the police.
All day, every day, and twice
I'm
on
serious,
Tuesday.
man. Even when I went to court, the judge was like, I've never seen anybody with a charge like this. I've never had a charge like
Bet
this.
you that nigga gonna be first.
Yeah, man, I'm sitting up there looking stupider than a motherfucker in court for cruelty to a police dog. Cause I waved at the goddamn dog.
Yeah. Well, that's how
Yeah.
it all gets twisted. Now, here we go. Donald Duck done did everything possible in the first 100 days to be not just impeached, but deported from the country. On a ship that might blow up and he drowned in the middle of the Atlantic on his way back to Europe. All right? But nothing happened. All right? And this is the madness of the politics. See, we think we need to choose between Ren Tin Tin and Scooby-Doo. All right? Now, they both belong to the K9 family. Both of them is dogs. And then you tell me I died to shed my blood so I could vote for either Scooby-Doo or Ren Tin Tin and end up get bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man. No, that ain't what it
Am I young or who's Red 1010?
Oh, you gotta be bullshit, man.
You gotta be like in your 60s.
Ren Tin, you nigga, you didn't know nothing about the Ren Tin Tin and the Mounties and shit
I'm an
and the
80s
German
baby.
shit. Well, how about this? You remember Lassie?
I remember last.
All right, so now we got
shit.
Scooby-Doo and Lassie. All right?
I just want Red 1010 don't sound like no dog. It was a dog.
Yeah, the dog, a German Shepherd. Oh, have you heard about this? Have you heard about?
Had a white family
Have
like
you heard
that.
about? No, have you heard about Hogan's Hero
Hogan's Hero.
and
Yeah.
the dog in that?
My dad used to watch that. I used to MASH.
Yeah.
Hey, but I bet you don't know one thing about Hogan's Heroes though. The brother Ivan Dixon, the only black dude that played on Hogan's
Yeah.
Hero, he's the one that did the movie Spook the Sat by the Door.
Oh,
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
He was married to Abby Lincoln, the jazz singer and everything at one time. He was a heavy brother, man.
Yeah.
Real
Oh,
heavy.
and you'd never thought You know what I'm saying?
Only damn
You
business.
never thought, cause see, he never took his job as it being who he is. I was just something he did. But when he come up with the real deal, and he came with Spook Ballador, that movie came to Denver for 5 days, you know what I'm saying, and it was gone
They
3
banned
days early.
Mm-hmm.
It was scheduled for 5 days, and it did 2 days, and it was gone. Real,
They banned it all over the
They
country.
had to do it because it shows strategically how you go about overthrowing this mess. See?
That was one of the best movies.
Oh, it's real, real. And it's a textbook in organizing and strategy.
Mm-hmm.
See? So here we go. Lassie
And
ain't about.
Unity too.
So I'm saying, Lassie ain't about nothing. Scooby Doo ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? And nobody in the Democratic Party is about shit. Trump ain't about shit. Their mamas wasn't about shit. The daddies wasn't gonna be about
So this is
shit.
why we usually record.
And now you got
and
the
edit
kids. The kids ain't about shit.
My son gonna make us a blooper. We was talking about we gonna make a blooper reel of all the Sekou. This is the
I'm
whole
talking about, no,
episode of
hey, I'm talking
Sekou.
about real. Now you tell me I'm lying.
Hey, I'm
I ain't mad
gonna
at nobody. You tell me I'm lying. You tell me I'm lying. All right? Now, we always looking for a good white man or a good white woman. All right? And then we got all these sisters here that are outstanding queens and, you know,
Love them.
and, you know, and so, you know, they ain't
Sister
perfect.
Circle next week. Sister Circle, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week.
No, I'm saying, we're here the brothers that, you know what I'm saying, they looking up to Hollywood trying to find them a perfect woman. And it's like, Negro, please, is you a perfect man?
Mm.
I'm talking about real, so why are you imperfect looking for something perfect? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, you gotta get real about this, all right? We all have the possibility of achieving perfection, all right? Which is 150%. So if we shoot for the 150 and we hit the 100, we good to go because we way ahead of the curve, see? And all you want to do is every day do something different to make your life a little better and treat the lady like a lady. And sisters, treat the brother like he's a man. You know what I'm saying? And respect his property. All right? When he put his wallet on the table, that don't mean you go up in there and get it and get the money. You know what I'm saying? And he got there going to work. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got nothing for a burger. He can't even go to the Palomino. He's like, hey.
Sekou had a little misunderstanding.
He
before
just
got
telling
in
you
there.
this is Valentine's Day coming up.
I'm trying to tell you, look here, Valentine's Day is every day. Every day, I can't wait for the boy.
I don't know. Valentine's Day a little special.
No, let me tell you what's special. Let me say, you get hustled on the love. You know what I'm saying? Who told you that I got to bring you some flowers and some candy? Who told you that? Who told you that? You know what I'm saying? And then when you guess what I get? I get a fucked up card. You know, where my candy? Where my goddamn roses? What the
Well,
fuck are
you
we
get-
talking about here?
Now,
No, I'm talking about here. What? I'm gonna get that anyway. I'm gonna get that anyway.
I'm married. I've been married 13 years. So
Look, let me tell you something. I've been married 4 times. 4 times. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? I filed for divorce on all 4.
what happened?
It's a bad name. I decided I need to quit while I'm
I did it
ahead.
one time. That's
Hey,
it.
I'm trying to tell you, I beat Al Green. I didn't get no grits because I knew when it's time to go.
On that note, we're gonna wrap this show up.
That's how the with the little.
I say Cougar, he's like, I ain't being edited today. I'm just gonna show my ass.
I told you. I said, let's do it. You know,
We edit Sekou's ass.
hey, I told
We
you.
get up all night. and
I ain't
edit
mad at
Sekou.
nobody. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm not mad at nobody. So listen, I want to thank God for allowing me to be myself.
That's right.
And we're going to keep it for real, but no, seriously, hey,
33
I am
minutes,
having
y'all
a
go on.
wonderful time us bringing some information to our people. You know what I mean? Because there's some serious times, there's a lot of stress. And see, we really forgot how to laugh, man.
That's right.
That's going to keep you from blowing up, man. So if nothing else, if nobody ever told you that they loved you, look yourself in the mirror and laugh because they're right. Nigga, nobody love your ugly ass.
And really on that too, what are people we are, man, that we can still celebrate and we can still, you know what I'm saying, after everything that's been done to us and everything that's still going on with us. We still look on and smile, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, in my post, and that's why, you know, even on the regular, on the streets, man, I give our people's props all day. Even though we got the cools, even though we got the whoop-de-woo, whatevers, you know what I'm saying? We are still a proud people. We are still spectacular people. We are an amazing people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We are a special people.
We are
So, you know,
exceptional people.
that's why we do this, man, because, you know, with the kind of people where we need to be informed and we need to inform. Because, you know what I'm saying, for as many as conscious or whatever you want to call it, people there is, there's about 1,000 times more of us that's not, that don't know none of this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, I hear a lot of people saying, you know, you're a Facebook revolutionary and all these Facebook, man, at least we got something. Because what was it before?
Now,
You know what I'm saying? You would have to have the knowledge to go buy a John Henry Clark DVD or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now we got regular old people or VHS,
I
nah.
remember when you used to have the
Betamax.
VHS, and you would get with some other 4 or 5 other conscious brothers, and y'all go down in somebody's basement and be watching the John Henry Clark, Amos Wilson, Cress Wells.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to know somebody to know it. You know what I'm saying? But now this knowledge is free. This knowledge is, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I think the only game that should be told and not sold is black knowledge, black empowerment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah, man, that's why we here. That's why we bringing it. You know what I'm saying? This is our first live show. We're gonna try to get it together next time and do it.
no, this is together. What you talking about? Here's the prototype.
Yeah.
This is not high news. And we ain't even smoking no weed. We just high on knowledge and understanding.
I'll tell you one thing about this social media and Facebook. See, when you, in the past, when you was conscious, you used to have to know how to fight a little bit because, you know, you run across some Negro in the street, you be like, Jesus ain't white, Jesus ain't God. Matter of fact,
Jesus
wasn't no
ain't real.
dude ever called, and Jesus ain't real. Niggas would be ready to fight you in the street.
Fight for the white dude, for Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Stockholm Syndrome.
I'm telling you,
Hey, we
Yeah,
come a
we
long
said
way.
it. Yeah, we
We
said
come a
it.
long way. We done come a long way.
If you still don't know, you really shouldn't even be tuned into this right
No,
now.
I'm talking about
You
real.
think Jesus is that white dude on the wall?
And this is the shout out for all the spiritual people and the religious people.
Help him, help him.
Here we go. Listen. Religion is for people who are scared to go to hell. Spirituality is for folks who know they are already in hell, working to get the fuck out.
I shake.
I shake.
I'm telling you.
Is that the
man.
Shea Butter class?
Shea butter.
Every time I be at the little Shea Butter poetry, it's like, I be like, niggas don't clap no more.
That's that realness.
I hear you.
All right.
Thanks, yeah. So if there's nothing else, since ain't nobody commenting, but thank y'all for the
I'm
compliments.
talking about, hey, since we online, man, donate to the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Donate to the show. You know what I'm saying? Keep donating to the Unity community. I'm gonna be putting a live out in a couple of days, letting y'all know about that. But yeah, man, support brothers. Like I'm saying, you know, we're the only ones in Denver that's doing this. Yeah, I said it in Denver.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Who said? Who got something to say about it?
Nothing.
BGX ain't from Denver. Yeah, I said that too.
Now.
We the only ones doing this here.
Now. What?
Yeah.
Mile High News. Mile High.
For us, by us.
We are Denver.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
And ain't no shame in the game because we keeping it for real.
And it's kind of sad too, you know, Denver don't really support Denver. You know, a lot of our views come from outside of Denver. You know what I'm saying? We still have a pretty big following here, but I mean, come on, fam. You know, we represent y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
We represent us. And just like if y'all got some news, you know what I'm saying, something happened, don't go to Channel 7 or Channel 9 and them expecting to get a full story.
Right.
They'll cut you off in 29 seconds.
At 29.
Just like I seen the brother the other. Yeah, that's wrong.
No, I'm talking
You know
about
what I'm saying? Come to Mile High News. Let your voice be heard, man.
Come on up here and
You know
take
what I'm
my
saying?
spot, but we get put out.
I've been on the newscast. They done came out and interviewed me for 5-10 minutes. You know, sitting up here asking me a bunch of questions. When the news come on tonight, they'll have like one line of a sentence that I said, and they be like, "Back to you, Mark."
Yeah. And back to the new cute and cuddly cat videos or some shit.
Yeah. So
Peace
this
to our
is what
sister
we-
Desiree.
Yeah.
Peace to you, sister. Thank you so much. She is our only donator to Mile High News, and she donated to the Unity Community Fund. Thank you so much, sister.
Yes,
we really
ma'am.
appreciate you. We wish we could have you on the show, but you're not. I know you're not in Colorado because you would be supporting. But anyway, I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm just kidding around.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, thank you, sister.
Shout out to our executive director, Shaheem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got
Dog,
work to do that night.
Come on up, little
Come on up
boy.
there, man. Let us people see it, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere for me to sit.
Sit on top of the table. Yeah,
This is our executive producer
that's
here.
right. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? He makes all the videos, you know what I'm saying? And let him know how to do it. But he spins this little thing and does whatever he wants to. And I'm sorry we couldn't bring the Black Business of the Week. I've been really busy with what we're doing, fam. But we are definitely going to bring it back. If you're in Denver or anywhere else, please holler at me. You know, I shouldn't have to come to y'all. If y'all want, where else you going to get a free commercial for your business?
Right.
Now,
You know what I'm
come
saying?
on,
Holler at me. And you know, we got over, since Mile High News has been on, we had over 20,000 viewers. So, you know, you're going to get good advertisement. Holler at me, man.
Come
You know,
on,
get
bro.
your little commercial in, come in and talk about how your business started. You can do that nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Denver, man. You know what I'm
You
saying?
better come on.
A lot of our people say that we don't want to support black businesses because we don't know where they are. Come on to Mile High News. We'll get your stuff out there, and you know what I'm saying? We definitely support black businesses, and especially me, I am for the black empowerment of us. And you know, business is a major factor in that. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So yeah, man. Once again, thank y'all again. Trying to see if we got any other comments or concerns or. Brother James Chapman said, "Okay, yeah, I've been waiting on you, Brother James.
Come on,
Let
James.
us know. We'll holler at you.
JC.
You know, even though I think everybody in Denver knows where your spot is, but
man.
definitely we can dang sure put it on. you
No,
know?
we need definitely support JC.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Send him a shout out now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
JP.
JC.
No, JP.
I'm JP.
Yeah.
This is Rod calling right now.
JP.
What's that?
Hey, this is Ramel calling now.
Oh, that's
This
understanding.
Chop Chop. What's up,
What's
Chop
going on?
Chop?
What's up, bro? We trying to come down there Sunday.
Chop chop.
He said it's snowed in. Yeah, I'm snowed in. I'll get out tomorrow,
Okay,
even if
okay.
I get stuck. Now, don't get stuck now, brother.
What time is it?
Please don't do that. We don't want to be,
Yeah, we gotta go see Chop Chop. He's our field marshal general.
That's
He
right.
ain't playing.
He's also my baby boy,
I'm trying
my
to
second
tell you.
boy.
I'm trying to
Oh,
tell
look
you.
at it.
Superman!
Superman.
Superman!
Okay, now do you have to put them on the list?
Not been too yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we still on.
All right.
Yeah, we still on, fam.
Alright, cool.
Y'all to holler at us if y'all got something to holler at us
Oh
about.
yeah, well this is the call and response part. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well, we're calling y'all to say something. Let us know you're out there.
Right,
We know it's $2,000, don't be scared.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where's Sister Melly at? Where you at, sis? Want to put you on? Because I think we can. Oh, she don't like her face to be shown.
That's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's good. We understand.
Hey,
That's like
Hey.
We're still doing the show right now. It's live.
yeah, but Brother Shabaka don't like his face to be shown. You know, it's some people that got some clout. You know what I'm saying? Mile High News, we got the real ones.
It's
Hey,
hey,
We
hold
got the
up.
real ones here.
Hey, can Brother Ramel address the crowd?
For sure.
what you got to say?
Come on, brother.
Come on, bro.
What you gotta tell the people, chop chop?
What you
Hopefully
got
they
to
can
tell
hear.
the people, bro?
Hey, this is Ramel, understand the angel of peace from the east, understand and understood the neighborhood near you. Official frontline campaign, salute to all the soldiers.
Right on, brother.
Right on.
All right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, brother. We be down there to see you Sunday.
Calvary's coming, we gonna bust your ass up out of here.
Oh, we freezing.
On
Hey,
a
man.
R2D bus.
But I just want people to know out there, man, this ain't just no stuff we do on Facebook,
No.
man. We out beating our feet up against the
Y'all don't
ground.
understand.
Yeah.
And you know what
You don't
I'm saying?
believe it? Look at the last episode of
And
what we doing.
And we got brothers incarcerated that's getting our information inside and spreading our information to other brothers and sisters that's on lockdown on the inside. We building them type of relationships
Yeah.
with
Every
everyday people where we not forgetting about the homeless, we not forgetting about the incarcerated. We keying in on the real people out there with real issues.
That's right.
You know, this ain't about no shea butter, muckety mug,
ain't
and
about
in the
that.
clique, and
Oh,
all that kind of stuff. Going to luncheons,
Yeah.
bruncheons, and all of this
All
kind
of
of
that. All of that.
And these uppity ones always
Yeah.
going to some lunch.
And conventions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Meetings.
We out
White
here-
hotels.
He said lunch.
Spending $50,000.
I've never even been to a lunch.
You know what I'm saying? We could have built a hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Negro, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then you're walking around here to spend $5,000 on a convention and getting up in and out on the plane ticket, and you got runs all in your stockings. It's like, Negro, ain't you got no pride? You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't mad at nobody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at no.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah, we still on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
this is
teach
like an
hate.
after party.
We don't teach hate
Who said
here
something about some hate?
on Mile High. No, I'm just saying for
Oh.
people that like the other brothers. Like, hey, you guys come to another understanding. Another understanding of what? Another understanding of this will be the wrong understanding.
Hey, but you know what?
If you want another understanding, go watch Roland Martin.
Right.
No, look at it. No, see,
Go watch Oprah.
no, see, this is the way. Look at this is the way. If you talk, I don't know if this maybe is what you're trying to say, and you ain't bringing it correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, if what you're talking about is look, if we are open-minded to a different or a new idea, yes, because the mind works like a parachute. You gotta open that shit up or you're gonna crash and burn. So don't be scared. Look, we ain't here to bang you on the idea. You know what I'm saying? Bring it. And then have the courage and the understanding that we getting ready to straighten some shit out here. You know what I'm saying? If you bringing up that yada yada whoop whoop shit, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna sit around here and burn candles and shit and hum and shit. And then here come the tanks to shoot a nigga's ass.
Brother
No,
Chapman,
nigga,
thank
I
you.
ain't understanding none of that. If
Right.
you call that guerrilla warfare, I call that monkey ass bullshit. All right, no, nigga, ain't with none of that.
All right.
Man, we get some times right now, man, where we need this information, and we need people with all of the different platforms out there,
There you
man.
go.
We need
There you go.
everybody
New
on
black
board.
media.
Yes.
And dealing with the new black media. You see they not giving us no kind of voice in corporate media. And the little bit of voice they do giving people out there,
Los
it's,
Angeles
they,
niggas.
yeah,
Negative.
they got people like Gayle King and Oprah channeling what information that the masses of black people are getting, man. And what they doing is they got a whole program out there where they promoting bullshit. Whenever you see them promoting something in the media out there, like, you know, I just read in the paper today, like, what's his name? Dwayne Wade. You know, he gonna let his son, who's 12 years old, refer to himself as, not, his name is Zion, but it's Kyrie or something. I don't know what he let his son change his name to a female name. Now, if y'all doing, that's cool, man. But you know, what they doing, man, is they got an agenda out there to put this on all of us and direct it towards the black community, man. And a lot of people are seeing through this scheme, man. And I'm noticing, like, on every so-called black TV show that's out there, they have, like, something in the script that's dealing with somebody being gay or transgender or something like that. Now, if transgender and gay people only make up 2 or 3% of society as a whole, and in the black community it's probably 0.00 something percentage of people, why is that? Why is all of them people getting all of these roles in these Hollywood movies? It's because Hollywood is spreading a certain type of message.
It's modern day buck breaking.
Right. And it's like in the early 90s, man, when you had movies like Menace to Society, you had movies like Boys in the Hood, 187, New Jersey Drive, this movie, that movie. All of them movies, and people were saying it back then, was leading black men towards gang banging, killing each other. And then now you done jumped up 20 years later, man, and all of the black men is gone. And the black men that's left is being effeminized. You see what I'm saying? It's straight up effeminized.
It's pretty much like they puppet mastering us, man.
Right. And if we don't have no control over the images that people are seeing out there, we gonna go back to this. Why I brought this in here today, to show you that Hollywood, whatever image that they pushing for us, have never been healthy. So when you see this why is Billy Porter at everything? He's at everything. Now they didn't put this nigga on Sesame Street. In the damn
Who is the dude? Where did the dude come from?
Man, I seen a video of this cat from like the 90s, like 98 or something. And he's like, the brother can sing and stuff, but he's like in a video with a female kissing all on her.
So he's a singer.
He's a singer. I mean, he's like an actor, and he's been on Broadway and all
Where
that
did this dude come from?
But they manufacture these niggas. This nigga was a failed R&B singer back in the 90s. And what happened was, man, and a lot of these cats, man, they say, hey, man, this is going now. They're agents and all of these people. They's like, well, we want somebody a little bit more effeminized. We're getting away from like the thug image, the real hardcore masculine image. We want to soften the black male image. That's why Pharrell came out with that new masculinity, where he's wearing a fucking yellow-looking sleeping bag type of shit.
But see, look at, but see, let me tell you something. For real, look. How would you know the difference between a fool and a wise man if you didn't have a fool? See, those folks represent a great example of what not to be. Period. All right. Now we still have the power. All right, but we done got addicted to the electronics. See, it's just like I wasn't born with no TV. I wasn't born with no phone. I don't need none of that. What I need is human contact, me and you and me. Let's talk. Let's work it out. You have the power to shut the goddamn TV off. You have the power to shut the radio off. You have the power to shut especially. Now you know you got a phone and you got people that call on there.
That's right, cousin.
You refuse to answer that call because you know it's going to be bullshit. Ain't no such thing talking about. And it's probably your cousin, you know what I'm saying? Or your uncle, you know what I'm saying? Or some fool ass me, you know, ran into the street, you know what I'm saying? And you fucked up and gave me your number, you know what I'm saying? You don't even answer the phone. Now, that's cool and unusual fun because you don't block the phone. You just have this fool keep on calling and keep ringing. And you just don't answer. The nigga be like, hey man, how come you don't answer my phone? It's like, nigga, when you pay my bill, nigga, I don't answer the phone. What the fuck is you talking about? I don't owe you shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then they stop calling because they got their feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? But you have the power. You have the power. And we have to begin to be disciplined enough. And that's why we have shows like this, to remind you of who you really are, man. You ain't no sucker. You ain't no fool. You wasn't made like that to be like that. You see what I'm saying? But
That's
you have
right.
become like that because you've been doing foolish things. See what I'm saying? But you can break away. You know what I'm saying? If a crackhead can get off of crack, you get off the phone, boy. You know what I'm saying? You get off the phone. If you've ever been caught up in crackheads, call us. Tell us about being on crack. You know what I'm saying? How you got off. You know what I'm saying? And name the game for crack. Look, you don't have to worry about quitting. If you don't get started, nigga, you ain't got to quit. See, kind of shit like that. Come on, boy. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no 28 days.
But man, people ain't really, like these youngsters, they ain't really doing crack no more. They all methed out, mollied out. Fucking Xanax, man.
And whatever
No.
they
It's
do.
like that little rap and this little
Oh,
Xanax.
God.
Like, how you gonna name that's
Man,
just
look.
to bring them. If you ever seen people off that Xanax, fam, I worked 13 years in the detox, man. And this shit is worse than crack. This shit is worse than heroin. You know what I'm saying? That Xanax will turn you into a fucking zombie, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk. And I've seen it firsthand. And I've even seen the detoxing from it. You know what I'm saying? That stuff these dudes get chills, shivers and stuff. You never think about that when we, top of woo-woo. You don't see the niggas detoxing from it, throwing up blood and stuff like that.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? This stuff is real, bro.
Oh, yeah, but see, you have to have a 3-step
That's why this is
program.
Denver and we stick to the
Yeah, but see, when you're doing all that, you need a 3. See, one of us got a 11-point or 12-point program. We only need 3 points with the drugs we use. The shit's so cut up, nigga. It ain't even real drugs. It's a bunch of sugar. All right. So all you gotta do is drink a couple gallons of water. You know what I'm saying? And don't go back to the lifestyle. It's the lifestyle that keeps you there. You gotta give up the streets and take your life back. All right? And if nothing else, you know what I'm saying? Get with Mile High News. See? If you feel like picking up a crack pipe, come to Mile High News. Look at the shit we telling you about, and we'll tell you some real shit to make you not even want to get high.
Thank you, Miss Freddie. Love you.
I'm talking about for real. And folks quit giving drugs a bad goddamn name. All right? Ain't nothing wrong with no drugs if you use them properly. Try to have open heart surgery without having no drugs. You ain't gonna make it, boy. So it has a purpose. It's just like with weed. That's our culture, man. You ain't supposed to be sitting there smoking weed all day long, all day night, eating back with change to the thing. It's like, come on, man. What the fuck is up with that shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait. And then you're walking around here weighing 300 motherfucking pounds with 4 bags of potato chips in your pocket, and then you want to ask me for some bad change. It's like, no, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sell them potato chips,
Said
nigga.
4 bags.
You know what I'm saying? 4 bags of lazy potato chips, smoking weed all day and ask me, do I have some spare change? It'll be like, no. Absolutely.
Everybody who I see asking for spare change lately is black.
No.
Everywhere I go.
No.
I ain't talking about on the side of the highway and on the
No,
street.
I'm talking about
sitting, man, I can't go to 7-Eleven, the grocery store, nowhere without, and these ain't like, you know, when I was coming up, like, they used to call people winos and stuff that hang in front of the liquor store asking for money. Now all of the winos, instead of them being like middle-aged elderly dudes, these dudes is 18, 19 years old begging in front of the liquor store.
Look, man, I'm telling you something. I was on the 16th Street Mall today. Someone came up to me and said, hey, you got some spare change? I said, yeah. He said, well, give me some. I said,
Give me some.
let me see if am I your bitch? I mean, who the fuck you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And so he says, well, sir, I said, man, look, this don't look right. How is the pilgrim gonna ask the slave for some spare change? You got no pride, boy.
Man, that asking for spare change is a science. And I'm gonna tell you something, when you see young white people out hustling, asking for money, they specifically go to black people because they know black people got a kind heart. Because I was on Leesdale in Monaco, and there's a 7-Eleven right there. And there was this young white boy standing outside, and all the old, like, black women and stuff, he was particularly asking them. And they was going in their pocket giving this young white boy money and shit. So I was smoking, I looked and I peeped game for a minute, and the sister's about to dig in her purse and get this dude some money. I said, sis, keep your money in the purse, man. What is you giving? This dude got every advantage in life. He young, he white, the whole system is working for him. Why are you gonna reach in your pocket and give him some money? And white people was getting out their car, they wasn't giving him shit. White people tell you in a minute, get a job, buddy. White people don't give a fuck. You know,
got a job application for you.
man, only time white people will really give some money to somebody begging if it's a white woman with a little white kid, and the white kid is all red and shit from being out in the sun. And the white people will be pulling over, giving her water and money and shit like that.
It's a cold-blooded game.
But man, white people don't believe in giving. That's why they stay rich, because they don't give away shit.
But see, that's why they the most hated motherfuckers too.
Man, white boy brother could be he could see his own brother out there with a sign and shit, he'll keep moving. He'd be like, Ronald, you should have listened to Dad. He keep on going.
See, that's a trip part. That's a trip part too. That a lot of these kids be sit up here rich begging for money on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're part of rich mom and dad's corporation, or they want to smoke meth every now and then without their mom and dad getting mad. But they be rich to the mud. They just want to go against the grain.
But the cold-blooded part about it, girls they know it's women, man. It's like, listen, sister's up in here, she raising 2 kids, she's in the store, you know, she's spending little food smells, whatever. You know what I mean? And then here comes this motherfucker, want to ask her to give him something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why don't you offer to give her something like, would you like for me, ma'am, to help you carry your groceries to the, the car? You know, would you like me to keep all these folks away? You know, but see, it's selfish, man. And see, the one thing about it is this. I asked the question, you want me to give you something? I want to ask you a question. When have you ever gave anybody no goddamn spare change? You got a reckless motherfucker about how you been getting, but you ain't been giving nobody shit. See, it's like, that's bullshit. And that's white behavior. You know what I'm saying? Always want something for nothing and ain't giving up shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the lie they tell on us.
No, I'm saying, no, it ain't no lie with us. Shit, we ain't got shit to give you.
Right.
Because you took it all.
But see, there's an ideal out there, even among some black folks that don't know what the fuck they talking about, that reparations, that we begging somebody for something.
We are
old.
That's work but they put in.
Right, but they under the impression that we asking for a handout.
Well, that's all right.
See,
Because you got some black folks like that.
but we have to tell them,
take a
no,
reparation
this is a
check.
debt.
I'm just saying, some black folks so confused, they talking about, well, I don't want no reparations. I said, well, will you co-sign the motherfucking check and hand it over to my motherfucker?
There are a lot of people, man.
You don't want it?
If you don't want it, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
No, you don't
And
want
get out the damn way.
Sign the back of the motherfucking check and give it to me. And give it to me. See, your bullshit.
Man, you ain't never heard a Jewish person say they don't want nothing from a reparations check from Germany.
Nope.
Man, Jews ain't just getting reparation checks from Germany. Jews is getting reparation checks from countries like the United States, Britain, France. They getting reparations from several corporations that made money during the Nazi period, like that Fanta soda. Man, Jews got claims against all kind of, and that's how we got to start thinking. It ain't just a reparations check from the government.
No.
It's reparations from General Electric, from Aetna Insurance, from Chase Bank,
Sally Mae.
from Fannie Mae, Sally Mae, all of that bullshit. It's reparations from the Catholic Church, the Lutheran Church, the Pentecostal Church, the Baptist Church.
Roll call.
Reparations from a lot of different organizations out there and companies and so on and so forth that exploited black people, man. And that's why they don't want black people talking about reparations, because then you start adding this shit up. Well, who else owed me some money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We like some people that been in coma. You know what I'm saying? We done got hit in the head, been in the coma for 400 years. Now we done woke up and we see that everybody that took from us, they eating, they got everything on their plate, and we sitting in here in the dust, man. So now it's time for us to add up. God is waiting on us to put these mathematics together, add this shit up, present this dude with a bill, and when he don't pay the bill, we gonna be just like he do. We repossessing everything.
That's right.
The whole goddamn planet
That's right.
Earth.
'Cause I guarantee you one thing.
And see, and to be honest, you would think that they would just pay us just to shut us up. You know what I'm saying? Because they know over half of us is gonna give it right back to them, and that don't matter anyway.
Well, see, if they
that
pay
certain
us-
amount of people.
But
is who
see,
they
this is how they think though. They like, if we give you niggas some money, then everybody gonna slide
everybody
up.
already got some money.
Yeah, but that's how they think. If
Shit,
we
I don't
give
see
y'all
nobody
some
who
money,
else that
we
has
gonna have
not,
to give
except for-
everybody a claim.
Hey,
And that's how they trying to make the reparation now. They saying, well, okay, if we give you niggas reparation, we gotta give.
You don't. No, you don't.
We gotta give it to humpbacks.
No.
Yeah.
criminals,
No, you don't.
and everybody.
No, listen, I'm gonna help you, white man. Look, you give me all the money, and guess what? Send them motherfuckers to me. And tell them, look, I gave it to the niggas. And tell them, come see Sekou, so they can get it from Sekou. I wish your motherfucking ass would bring your ass over here and ask me for motherfucking money. It's like if you got your motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, motherfucker. I had nothing to do with you getting fucked up with your white boy. All right, now, I suggest you do this.
Yeah.
Go whoop his motherfucking ass. You tell him Sekou said, go whoop his ass, and then I'll and then we will have completed out the task. We took the money and we whooped your ass at the same time.
That's right, fam. So, an hour here. This is episode 15. We want to holler at our peeps. You know what I'm saying? For all the we might do this depending on what it look like. We might do this maybe about once a month. So.
Hey
you know
man,
what
I
I'm
had
saying?
fun.
We
I'm
wanna-
not bullshit.
Yeah.
This is the best show we ever did. Real. This team was motherfucker.
Because we wasn't editing them out. That's why.
Alright, no love. Hey, we appreciate y'all.
But Tim, we love y'all, man. Thank y'all for all the support.
Yeah.
Man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are our peeps, man. You know, this is, y'all are who we do this for. You know what I'm saying? When I first started this channel, I'm like, man, I got tired of seeing all this bullshit in the news, us being underrepresented, unless you was watching, you know, the black media. But, you know, a lot of people, especially here, they don't know about the black media. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we want to make ourselves for Denver. And we are the first.
Now.
And I'm going to say that again. Yeah, we said it.
Yeah.
And I ain't
We
gonna
got
say
roving
no more on
commentary. My seat. But
Yeah,
Come get your
yeah.
ass
We'll
up
leave
there.
that all that.
Get your ass up
We
there.
are the first.
No.
That is strictly for us, by us here
That's
in Denver.
right. So you come as you
somebody protest that area.
Now, come on as you is, as Jesus would say.
Right. So yeah, make sure y'all tune in next week. We got the sisters coming in. We always have a great time with the sisters. We should go live with the sisters.
Oh yeah, we gotta let you go live. Oh no, yeah, we gotta do
No, we're not gonna do that.
No, we gotta do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We just gotta like a little, you know.
Sure.
We gotta go out the studio.
Yeah, once again, we thank y'all. Make sure y'all tune in next week. Make sure y'all tune into the YouTube channel, family.
Yes,
Make sure
sir.
y'all support our channel.
Right, yeah.
Make sure you support the Unity community coming up, and I'm going to be hollering at y'all more about that on that channel. Peace.